Ah, and I turn around and there's a creeper. And we're about to enter a passel of zombies. What would be, is it a passel of zombies, a posse of zombies, a flock of zombies, herd of zombies, a fumble of zombies? Somebody tell me what the collective noun for zombies is. Pack. So around here we've got a breed of wild bird called the Killdeer, which is this gray, ugly looking thing. It's, you know, not very, you won't see it on National Geographic. It's not going to be something that PETA is going to, you know, be championing their cause. But they are fairly common around here. And they like to build camouflage nests. So if they're in a grassy area, they'll build the nest out of grass. And if they're in a, say, a gravelly area, like a gravel road, they will build their nest out of gravel. And I'm told that the gravel nest also serve a purpose in that the gravel in the spring and summer, the sun warms it up. The killdeer don't have to spend as much time on the nest because the gravel, the warm gravel, does the job of keeping the eggs warm, as long as it doesn't get too warm. Now the downside of this is, because they like to build their nest on gravel, especially if you live out in the country, is something called gravel roads. Alright, the point being is, here's where we make the turn. Meaning I didn't need to do this out here. Let's see, probably need to take this out. Now, I could, he said. In fact, I think I will. I think I'll start laying track and just see where things take us here. So the killdeer like to make a nest in the middle of gravel roads, which of course is bad for, I think I just saw a skydiving spider over there. Which is why our driveway would occasionally have a stick stuck in the middle of it, because we'd find a killdeer nest. And I'm going to stop saying killdeer because no one around here calls them killdeers. They're kildees. And they're kildees because that's what their call sounds like. Kildee! Kildee! Anyway. So you'd have sticks stuck up in the middle of the gravel road. How do we make powered rails? I think we need sticks. And oops, we're gonna need more than. Alright, no. Sticks in the middle. There's a powered rail. Okay, we're gonna need a button over here. Button, who's got the button? And how I believe I have done this in the past is, you put one powered rail at the end of the row. We'll say a button, which that does a very good job of camouflaging it, doesn't it? So we need any material besides that right there for the button. What would be a good material? Would that look good with a button on it? No, it still kind of blends in, doesn't it? Alright, put you back. Wood, maybe? How about some of this wood we don't have a whole lot of? There we go. That looks good. As you can see, when you hit the button, it activates that rail. And then I put about two or three of these. And then I put my first powered rail out here. And I put about 3 of them. And you may say, why? And I'll say because, let's make us a minecart here just for testing purposes, is when you're coming from, say, out here with a minecart, and it comes across that unpowered rail, it will stop. And then you can hit the button and it takes off. And the problem is that if you have multiple powered rails here, if I was to put, say, a powered rail right here, then the minecart coming in might stop before it gets all the way to the end here. And then when you hit the button, the minecart doesn't know which way to go because it's not blocked off on one end. So that's why you just put one powered rail here, go a few, and then several here. And there's at least 2 ways to power a rail, and the easiest way is take a piece of cobble and take some sticks and make levers. And then all you have to do is throw a lever down and go tink, and that rail is powered. Oops. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to put a torch up there. There we go. We're going to need to move all these torches up here. And let's just throw down what rails we have, and then we need to go back and pick up some more. Alright, so if we put a minecart down over here, hop in it, hit the button, we go whee and take off and hit maximum speed, and then end up right here. So we need many, 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 many more rail, which I think we've left, yes, tons of rail down here. So I was telling you a Killdeer story. I think I was gonna put a bunch of these down, and then I'm going to ride the rail and see where I start slowing down, and then decide where I'm going to put my powered rails at. And it looks like I'm going to need several more powered rails. And I'm going to have to come back, and once I widen this and fill it in nicely, I'm going to have to come back and move all these torches yet again. I know that. So the Killdeer like to build their nest in the middle of gravel roads, and the Killdeer's method of protecting the nest was to run away dragging one wing like their wing was broken, so that any predator or kid on a bicycle would think that they were injured and that they were a better meal than, say, just a bunch of eggs in a nest. Okay, naturally, this ends right out here. We're going to back this up a few, because I just know that if I get on the minecart down here and I start riding down this way, and it ends about here, the minecart's going to stop right here, and when I jump out of the minecart, I'm going to fall off the side. I just know it. So we're going to stop the minecart way back here, or stop the mine track way back here. The Killdeer would, of course, pretend to be injured and run off, to attract the attention of the predators to get them away from the nest. Now, of course, this doesn't work very good with, say, cars or lawnmowers. So one time we discovered that the mother Killdeer, or whichever Killdeer was sitting on the nest, I'm not sure if the mothers or the fathers sit, had apparently either abandoned the nest. Hey, we don't need that went a long way on just one boost. And I'm going to put a little booster track there just because I want to, but where's our levers, or levers? Because I think we were just starting to slow down a little, and that should keep us going for a while. Oops. So now I need to go back and get more track. So we found basically a nest where we figured the mother and father of the Killdeers had died or been caught under a car or something. And so we had a couple of chicks that were just looked like they were just barely hatched. And we thought, oh, somebody has to raise these chicks. And I don't know if, when I was growing up, mothers would always tell the kids, never, ever, 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 ever handle a baby animal, because the mother will not take it back. And then you will not be able to raise it because you don't know anything about baby animals. So the baby animal will die just because you handled it. Now, I found out many years later that's not correct. Oh, and we're sideways. That's not in any way correct. That mothers will take their baby animals back after you've handled them. And I turn around and there's a creeper. Now what I think I want to do is... No. Dang it. I want to have it wide through here. And then the same over there. And then maybe one level, and then like a roof or something. And I want it so like the lava like actually hits the roof and rolls off over there and actually goes down like one further out. But yeah, that's how I want it. But yeah, the mother animals will take their babies back after a human has handled them. That's just something that human mothers tell their children so that they will not bring home baby animals all the time. And I'm going to go ahead and block some of this off here to reduce the chance of bad things coming at me from that way. And I probably need to put a roof on this as soon as possible, which means I'll be doing a lot of time farming sand. But we did get some baby Killdeers, I'm thinking 2 or 3, from a nest, and thought that we needed to raise them. At the time, we were raising chickens, as I previously told you. So we thought, the baby chickens and the baby Killdeer were about the same size. So we thought we would just put the baby Killdeer in with the baby chickens and let the mother hen raise the baby Killdeer as if they were chicks, and that everything would, turn out just fine, and we'd have baby Killdeer, or we'd have Killdeer, adults that would think they were chickens and would, stay around the farm and let us play with them and everything. Yeah. Dangerous place to be here. Okay, oops. Instant retaliatory bow shot there. And die, and die. Come on, one more. And dead. You are dead, sir. Isn't it amazing how I can turn a 2-minute story into like 3 episodes? And I have mail. Okay, I think I need to put the booster... Well, I don't know where I need to put a booster. Once again, we're going to have to run all the way back to the start here. We're going to have to get more rail anyway. A little more glass. Good, good, good. I think we have a little more rail. One of these chests. There's the last of our rail. Now we need to put down the minecart and see how far we can ride it. So the chicken coops we had back then had what we call chicken wire, which was a mesh wire. You could stick a couple or 3 fingers through the mesh because, chickens are pretty good sized animals. You don't need like, little bitty tiny. There we go. That wasn't too bad at all. And I took damage. Oops. And there's a creeper. Did I leave them a path to me? Oops. Just throw that arrow away. Can't stop shooting mobs, even though they're places where I'll never get the experience. I'll never get their drops. Yeah, that'll look nice. And then we'll make a glass wall coming on out, say here, up to the height. So as you make the corner here, you can see this ravine. Yeah, that's the ticket. Okay, we'll make the turn here, and then we'll continue on. So we had the chicken wire. And the problem with the chicken wire was that while it was small enough, the holes were small enough the chickens could not get out. The holes were just about right to where the chicks, the baby chicks, recently hatched, could get out. And sometimes we'd spend a summer day, I think it was, basically chasing around the yard trying to gather up baby chicks and put them back with their mothers. Because a baby chick out on its own is, you know, meat for the dogs and the cats and whatnot. Put you right there. And again, I will probably build up. In fact, I'll probably take out part of this here wall to make the glass thing. Yeah. And in theory, monsters can't spawn on the tracks. So we're good there. Doop, 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 doop. If I can run back to the nearest powered rail, I might can push it, jump in, and ride back to the station. You think? Oops, that didn't work. I didn't want to do that. Nope, nope. Wait a minute. Sprint, hop in, and we're not moving fast enough, are we? All right, I'll just push you along ahead of me. Wait for you to catch up, and this isn't going to work. And now I'm going to stop right in the middle of this horrible open area. Flaming arrow. Okay, come on, come on, come on, and boost. Yes. Okay. And we immediately start slowing down again, but we're almost down to the end. All this to save a few steps. And there we are. Alrighty. Didn't need that. Go ahead and pick a few more smooth stones, although I probably got more smooth stones than I need. I need more rails and more powered rails. And what we will do is we'll see how far this takes us. We'll try it from the other side. We are slowing down a bit, so but this is gonna be faster than running. And woo! So the chicken wire was too small or too big for holding the chicks. So what we do is on our chicken coops, we would put in a second run of wire down toward the bottom. Didn't have to be very high, just a few inches, just high enough that the chicks could not reach it. And that second run of wire had we'd either use the same chicken wire, just offset slightly, so that the chicks couldn't, you know, get through the holes, or use a much smaller size wire. And that's what we had done in this case. We had much smaller sized wire. And I'm going to be offended if I get down here and find that I'm like 3 short or something. And maybe a little short here. Use a couple of pieces of smooth stone to make a button. Button. Who's got the button? I've got the button. And let's see. 1 there. Couple, 3 blank. 1, 2, 3 there. Somehow powered. And actually, I think I can power that completely unnoticed. Yes, that's powered. Oops. Alright, did I pick up any rails? I did. Okay, so rail, and we're 1 rail short, but we've got these 2 powered rails, and we're going to put one, say, about here. And then we're going to come down here about, I think just on this side of this, we're going to put a powered rail with a lever. So now, if we put our minecart down, now if I've done this anywhere near right, we should have sufficient impulse or whatever you want to call it to get all the way back to the base, and the occasional glitched out unrendered chunk shouldn't be a problem. Come on. And we're back home. Okay. Good. Well, that was a success. Let's see. Think about another 3 or 6 powered rails should be sufficient. There's one. And then I think we've got one right up there. So again, about here in the middle, we throw another one. And then actually we've already got one right down there, so we probably don't need one right here. Let's run down here and take another test ride. So we got the baby killdeers. We put them in the coop with the chickens, and they were about the same size as the chicks, and in fact I think they even pecked around a little with the chicks. And we thought everything was fine because, and of course they would go up to the fence and try to poke their heads through and couldn't. So we knew they couldn't get out. And then something we didn't realize is the baby killdeers then stood up. They'd been waddling around like the chicks, so they stood up, and it turned out their legs were about 4 times longer than the baby chickens' legs. And as such, once they stood up, they were able to step over the lower level of fencing and step through the upper level fences which were further apart, and walk right out and walk away. We discovered you cannot keep baby killdeers in the same coops as baby chickens. But I think we now have us a express minecart railway over to the skeleton spawner trap I made, with some interesting reveals into the ravines. And here we are. And if we want to go back, we just hit the button again. So now I need to dig out all around this this thing and farm me a whole bunch of sand to make a whole bunch of glass for these reveals, because I do not want creepers or anything to fall down on top of me. But I think it's at least functional now. So the next time I want to enchant something, I don't have to run. Alright, and if I ask you later, I put the extra stone and the minecart up here on top. Alright, I think I'm going to take a break now. Thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. And of course, please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And share this with your friends. And leave a comment if you have any questions. Just leave a comment in the comment section below. This is Uncle Troy thanking you for watching and wishing you a good night.